Last Tuesday, a 50-year-old high school assistant principal sat in his car during lunch, staring at his investment account. He had just crossed $100,000 in savings, a milestone that was supposed to feel like security. But instead of relief, he felt a quiet sense of unease. He had done everything right: steady career in K-12 education, benefits, pension track, no major mistakes. From the outside, he looked stable. But in that moment, with no distractions, one question hit him harder than anything else. Is this actually enough for the life I want later? Hello, I'm the digital avatar of Dr. Joseph Williams III, a full-time middle school principal who works near Seattle, Washington. Dr. Williams created me to share practical AI strategies and real-world investing insights for K-12 educators who are over the age of 40 and who are playing catch-up with their savings and investments. And just a quick note, Dr. Williams is a K-12 educator sharing personal insights and experiences. He is not a licensed financial advisor, so always consult a financial professional before making any decisions. What that assistant principal experienced wasn't panic, it was clarity. And once you reach that moment, you can either ignore it or use it to completely change your trajectory. Most K-12 educators treat their 50s like a countdown to retirement. But in reality, your 50s are the final exam of your financial life, the decade where your decisions matter most and your margin for error disappears. Think about a plane preparing to land. The flight could have been smooth for hours, but if something goes wrong in those final moments, nothing else matters. That's exactly how your financial life works in your 50s. You still have time, but not unlimited time. And if you drift through this decade, you risk turning what could have been a manageable climb into a steep, unforgiving wall by your early 60s. Here's the trap that catches most people, the false safety illusion. You've got a pension, some savings, maybe equity in your home, so your brain tells you you're okay. But the math tells a different story. At a 7% return, $100,000 produces about $583 per month. That's not financial security, that's a small supplement. If your expenses are significantly higher, the gap becomes real very quickly. The danger isn't that you failed, it's that you might feel comfortable enough to stop pushing, and that feeling of being okay is what delays action during the most important decade you have left. Now let's go deeper. By your 50s, your spending habits aren't just habits, they've become identity. This is what we call lifestyle cement. The home, the car, the expectations, the routines, these aren't easy to change because they're tied to how you see yourself and how others see you. And because of that, people will often maintain financial pressure rather than adjust their lifestyle. At the same time, there are quiet financial drains, supporting family, subscriptions, everyday spending, that slowly reduce your ability to build wealth. Redirecting even a few $100s a month into investments can create significant long-term impact, but most people never make that shift. Here's something most K-12 educators are never taught. It's not just about how much you save, it's about when the market hits you. This is called sequence of returns risk. If you retire and the market drops early, you're forced to sell investments at low prices just to cover expenses. Those losses become permanent because those shares are gone. They can't recover. That's why experienced investors build a 2-year cash buffer, giving their investments time to recover without forcing bad decisions under pressure. It's not about maximizing returns. It's about protecting your future. Now here's the part that should give you real confidence. Your 50s are also your most powerful wealth-building decade if you use them correctly. You're likely earning more than ever. You have access to catch-up contributions. You have experience, discipline, and a clearer understanding of what matters. This creates a rare window where consistent, focused action over the next 10-15 years can dramatically change your financial outcome, but that only happens if you move with intention and urgency. That assistant principal made a simple but powerful shift. He stopped asking emotional questions like, "Do I feel okay?" and started asking strategic ones like, "What does my money actually produce?" He tracked his expenses, identified what could be adjusted, and redirected that money into investments. He increased his monthly contributions and built a financial buffer. But more importantly, he stopped drifting and started making decisions with clarity, purpose, and direction. Now let's take a moment to be real about where we are right now as a profession. AI is transforming K-12 education. Not next year, not in 10 years, but right now. It is changing how we design lessons, how students learn, and how value is created. But here is the part most K-12 educators are completely missing. This shift is not just about disruption, it's about your biggest financial opportunity for your K-12 career right now. Because most K-12 educators are consuming content, but very few are creating content. And here's something you need to understand. AI is the worst it will ever be right now. Every single day it's getting smarter, faster, and more powerful. Which means the K-12 educators who choose to adopt it early will be the ones who benefit the most. Fast forward 12 months, that same assistant principal is in a completely different place. He's saving aggressively, investing consistently, and building a second lane using AI tools. He didn't quit his job or take unnecessary risks. He simply became intentional and took action. Now, instead of uncertainty, he has clarity. Instead of hesitation, he has momentum. And that shift changed everything. If you're a K-12 educator over 40, this is your moment, not to panic, but to wake up, get focused, and take action. There will come a time in the not-too-distant future when every K-12 educator will have their own digital avatar. So imagine where you could be 12 months from now if you started today, your content growing, your income growing, and your confidence growing. And if you'd like to create your own AI avatar to share your ideas, amplify your voice, and build your brand online, then please visit my Stand store today. Because AI is here to stay and technology and innovation are undefeated. So it's time to amplify your voice, scale your presence, and build your brand with your own AI avatar. I'll see you in the next video.